Hi, I'm Shamila Azman from Faculty of Civil Engineering, University Technology, Malaysia. Today, our title of lecture is about marine protected areas. A marine protected area is an area of sea especially dedicated to the protection and maintenance of biodiversity and of natural and associated cultural resources and managed through legal and other effective means. Classification of MPA is basically based on a totally marine area with no significant terrestrial parts, or an area containing both marine and terrestrial components, which can vary between two extremes, either those that are predominantly maritime with little land, or that is mostly terrestrial. Marine ecosystem that contain land and intertidal components only, for example, a mangrove forest would contain no open sea or ocean marine environment, but its river-like marine ecosystem nevertheless complies with the definition. MPAs include marine parks, nature reserve, locally managed marine areas that protect reefs, seagrass beds, shipwrecks, archaeological sites, tidal lagoons, mudflats, salt marshes, rock platforms, mangrove, underwater areas on the coast, seabed in deep water as well as open water. The benefits of marine protected areas are conservation of biodiversity and ecosystem. It provides refuge for endangered and commercial species, protect critical habitats from damage by destructive fishing practices and other human activities. It also provides areas where aquatic lives are able to reproduce, spawn and grow to their adult size. Therefore, it helps support local economies by supporting tourism. This picture from WWF shows a well-managed marine protected areas which support fisheries for tropics. MPAs improve the health of oceans by protecting and restoring marine habitats, increasing resilience to environmental changes, and protecting species and rebuilding fish stock. The key principles for MPAs to work is a well-designed network of MPAs, local community engagement, enforced and complied with, part of an integrated management plan, and sustainably financed. MPAs support livelihood. For example, in Apu Island, Philippines, fishers have doubled their catch rate 18 years after the MPA was created. As a result, they go out to sea less, saving on fuel and time. MPAs also can pump fish into adjacent areas, where as fish populations recover from MPAs, juveniles and adults can spill over across the boundaries and replenish fishing grounds. Management of MPAs. Typical MPAs restrict fishing, oil and gas, and/or tourism. Some fishing restrictions include no-take zone, which means that no fishing is allowed. Ship transit can also be restricted or banned, either as a preventive measure or to avoid direct disturbance to individual species. Most MPAs are located in territorial waters, where the appropriate government can enforce them. MPAs are also established in exclusive economic zone and in international waters. MPAs in Malaysia. The first MPAs declared in Malaysia was the Tunku Abdul Rahman Park in Sabah in 1974. Anthropogenic threats, biodiversity preservation and species protection are among the criteria in the selection of MPAs. For instance, Rantau Abang was declared as fisheries prohibited areas under the Fisheries Act 1985 to protect turtles population and landing sites, especially for the critically endangered giant leatherback turtles. Most MPAs in Malaysia are open for public to enjoy and appreciate the nature's heritage, with several rules and regulations to ensure the protection of the resources. Malaysia marine protected areas cover a small fraction of the country's maritime waters at an estimated area of 1.4%. The target for Aichi biodiversity target is at 10%. Therefore, we have a long way to go in order to protect our ocean. There are 5 management authorities in Malaysia for MPA. One is Department of Fisheries Malaysia. The second one is Marine Park Malaysia. The third one is Sarawak Forestry Department. The fourth is Sabah Parks, and the fifth is Sabah Wildlife Department. This table shows MPAs in Malaysia according to state and the marine park area, and also MPA gazette by the state. Also fishing prohibited areas and turtle sanctuary and fisheries conservation zone. This figure shows MPAs in Peninsular Malaysia, including Labuan Federal Territory. This is MPAs in Sarawak, where we have 8 MPAs inclusive of Miri Sibuti Coral Reefs NP, Simi Lajau NP, Rajang Mangrove NP, Kuching Wetland NP, Tukong Area Banun WS, Talang Satang NP, Samusam WS, Tanjung Datu NP. This is MPAs in Sabah, which is inclusive of Tengku Abdul Rahman Park, Pulau Tiga Park, Pulau Sipadan Park. We also have the proposed Tun Mustafa Marine Park and Turtle Island Park. In order to protect the ocean, currently only 6.4% of the global ocean is protected, and only 2.7% of it has strong protection against harmful activities, despite scientists calling for a strong protection of at least 30%. In 2022, several countries joined the Global Ocean Alliance and agreed to protect 30% of the ocean by 2030, a target called 30 times 30. If we can achieve this, we can halt biodiversity loss, ensure fish and food for all, and maintain a healthy ocean that can cope with the climate change. Thank you everyone, and I really hope that we can preserve our marine protected areas.